Good evening, all of you. I hope everyone is doing good. Today, our topic is the constitutional development of India. Here, we can say the constitutional development of India in two ways, like company rule and British crown rule. If you can observe here, you can see here India during company rule from 1773 to 1858. So, in this phase, they passed so many acts like Regulating Act 1773, Pitt's India Act 1784, and coming to Charter Acts like Charter Acts 1813, 1833, and 1853, and so on. Let's talk about acts passed for East India Company rule from 1773 to 1853. So, this we can say as a company rule. And coming to Crown rule, it's from 1858 to 1947. So, from British Raj to independence. Let's talk about Regulating Act. Here we can see Regulating Act of 1773. It is like East India Company Act of 1772. So, Regulating Act of 1773 designated the Governor General of Bengal, Warren Hastings. Here we can see this is the person who is Warren Hastings. In Regulating Act of 1773, designated the Governor General of Bengal, Warren Hastings, to Governor General of Bengal and subsumed the presidencies of Madras and Bombay under Bengal's control. And Governor General was provided with an executive council of four to four to assist him in military and non-military decisions which would be taken by the majority of the council. So governor general could vote only in case of tie. So particularly he don't have any power to vote, but if it in case it's a tie, then he can use governor general could vote only in case of tie. So this is all about like regulating act of 1773. Like here we can see Supreme Court which had a chief justice. So Supreme Court, which had a chief justice and three other judges, was established at Fort William in Calcutta in the year 1774 by this act, Regulating Act of 1773. So here we can see this is the Fort William. A Supreme Court which had a chief justice and three other judges was established at Fort William in Calcutta in the year 1774 by this act. This act prohibited the servants of the company from engaging in private trade or accepting gifts and bribes from the Indians. British government strengthened the control over the company through the court of directors. So the court of directors, we can say like governing body of company, to report on on its revenue, civil and military affairs in India. So this is all about Regulating Act of 1773. When it comes to Pitt's India Act 1784, so Pitt's India Act 1784 distinguished between the commercial and political functions of the company, and board of controls was created for political matters. So East India Company, like here we can say commercial affairs managed by the court of directors and political functions managed by the board of control. So it's a newly formed one. So Pitt's India Act 1784 designated between the commercial and political functions of the company. Board of control was created for political matters. Here we can see political matters are controlled by the board of control, and court of directors controlled the commercial affairs. Board of control was comprised of 6 people. So this is all about main points related to Pitt's India Act of 1784. So let's come and understand Act of 1786. So Act of 1786 provided that Governor General could Governor General could overrule his council in matters of importance affecting the safety, peace, or interest of the empire in India, and Governor General was granted the powers of Commander in Chief. And Lord Cornwallis was the first Governor General to enjoy these powers. So, this is a person who is Lord Cornwallis. So, he enjoyed all those powers. And Lord Cornwallis was the first Governor General to enjoy these powers. So this is all about Act of 1786. So next one is Charter Act of 1793. So, Charter Act of 1793 further extended the commercial monopoly of the company for another 20 years. Charter Act of next one is Charter Act of 1813 for the first time made provision of 1 lakh rupees per year to be spent on the education of Indians. So it ended the company's monopoly over trade, although the monopoly over trade of tea and trade with China continued. So this is all about main points related to Charter Act of 1813. So let's try and understand Charter Act of 1833 made the Governor General of Bengal as the Governor General of India and vested in him all civil and military powers. So Lord William Bentic became the first Governor General of India. So he is the person who is Lord William Bentic. So he became the first Governor General of India. It ended the activities of East India Company as a commercial body, which became purely an administrative body. Once it acted as a commercial body, but through Charter Act of 1833 we can see. So it became purely an administrative body. A legal member, like legal member, was included in the Executive Council of Governor General. Macaulay was the first legal member. So he is the person, Macaulay. So this is all about Charter Act of 1833. So let's try and understand Charter Act of 1853. So Charter Act of 1853 separated for the first time the legislative and executive functions of the Governor General's Council. So through this act, legislative and executive functions of the Governor General Council is separated. It established a separate Indian Central Legislature Council for Lawmaking. It introduced an open competition system for selection and recruitment of civil servants. So this is all about Regulating Act of 1773 and 1784 and Act of 1786, Charter Act of 1793 and Charter Act of 1813, Charter Act of 1833 and Charter Act of 1853. I hope you understand this concept. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.